Welcome back, guys. This is Bree. Today we are going to dig up our potatoes. So before I start that, I'm going to drop in some clips of last night of us finding out that the carrots were ready. So we picked a little bit of the carrots and I'll show you that now. Okay, I started pulling out carrots just a second ago and I got the big ones out and I was like, they're not working. So I started thinning them out because they're really close, right here like this. And I was finding, Kendall, let me see if I can show you. Hold on, I'm looking for ones that are like close together. That one's a small one. But I'm just thinning them out and I was like, wait a minute, these are actually working. What did you find?
A carrot!
A carrot! So,
no carrots over there.
Yeah, we're picking carrots out right now. All right, so we're back to this morning. It is, I don't know, a little after 9, I guess. Overcast day, and it's threatening to rain. So I'm not sure if it's gonna actually rain on us. So we're gonna try to hurry and get these potatoes out of the ground before any rain happens. So we're gonna get ready, get our tools, and we've got some boxes and baskets, and we're going to get our potatoes out, see how they did. So they actually could have been done like lots of days ago, probably like last week, but I have not got out here. It has been so hot out here, and the temperatures are just now coming down just a little bit. But look, they're pretty much died back, which hopefully that means they're gonna be easy to get out of the ground. All right, so this is what we got going on. I just moved the electric fence out of the way. It normally wraps around here. So we're going to dig up those potatoes and then dig up the ones in these grow bags, which I'm not thinking these are gonna be very big. So last year we tried this and they weren't very large either. But these ones I'm hoping did really well. It's actually starting to sprinkle just a little bit, so we need to be a little quick at this so our camera doesn't get wet. What you finding in there? A little baby one. Oh, some more baby ones. So what we're finding is that the soil is like rock hard. When we planted these, it was loose, but I guess it compacted again. It is the native soil. So, oh, ants. Did they bite you? Get them off. Did they bite you?
Yes,
Uh-oh, now we have ants, fire ants. So, another thing I'm finding is like the original potato turned to like mush, the starter one, in both of the plants we've dug up so far. It's like gooey and yucky. So that's interesting.
Ants, now how are we gonna do this?
I know. So we're gonna have to see if we can get around these ants.
I think I was
they are fire ants too.
Ant pile.
You did. Oh, let's see. There's one potato here.
And that one's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Here, put that in. Here. So we're getting these little tiny things. Well,
Mommy, what about that one?
at least we tried.
Potato.
Oh, there are.
And more gooey stuff.
And more of the gooey stuff. So potatoes do not like hard soil. And this is what we got. But last year we put it in like some loose soil, like super soil that had mounded up in ground. And they did really well. We got lots of potatoes and I was very happy with it. They were sweet and they were good potatoes. So I think just because we're working with soil that is native right here, because we just did right in the ground and it's never been worked before, I never have grown stuff in before, that it is just not good for growing potatoes. We'll see how many we get, but even if we just get a bunch of tiny ones, that was more than we had before. And you know, it was just worth throwing in a few potatoes that had sprouted and see what happens. So. Alright, here's how we're doing so far. And we're almost done. So most of them are pretty small, but I think, okay for the kind of soil conditions they're growing in. Watch out for ants.
I am. Just
So see
this
how
potato was stuck in the ground.
you can see how hard the soil is. Like, look at this.
I have
Very
to crush up the dirt to make sure that it's not,
A potato. I know. Look at this.
I'm trying to pick off these off.
Yeah. All right. Let's add all these.
Yep.
So we got like medium-sized ones like that, and let's see. There was a couple bigger ones, but they're mostly like this size.
And this size.
And then a lot of little ones.
And we have
There's a bigger one, but you know, it's a small one compared to like other potatoes. But I mean, hey, we got some still. So it's actually starting to sprinkle, so I'm trying to hurry up here, but I'm at least grateful that we got some. So some is better than none, right? But that is kind of just how it's going this year. Everything is trying to see what grows in what area and in what soil. It's a learning experience. So at the last house, we had it all figured out, what grew well where, and we had a couple years to figure it out. And then last year was really amazing year. So this year might not look like that, but at least we're able to get in the garden and grow a few things and learn, you know, so it's always learning. Okay, we're done. I think so. I think it's all we're gonna get out of there. So this is kind of hard to tell how much space this is. It's maybe 5 feet worth of space that we planted right here. So you can tell, like right now, since we dug it up, the soil is not terrible. It's loose and you can easily break up the chunks. But I guess once it just kind of sits and gets rained on, it just compacts and gets real hard. So this stuff turned to like tough rock. It was pretty hard to dig out. Probably a lot of clay in it still.
I found a bunch of clay.
Yeah, like that's clay right there. I can feel that. Look at that. Clay.
Clay.
So when you're trying to grow potatoes in heavy clay soil, it's not always the best thing. But you know, with years of growing and amending and adding compost and organic matter to an area, to like some native soil that has clay, then you're gonna get a more looser soil that's better to grow in. So this being a first year planting in that area, I would assume next year would be better because you'd be adding organic material and growing in better conditions. Okay, I just dumped out that bag and it only had one little tiny one in it and a couple just shriveled up and that was like hollow, like something ate the inside of it or they rotted or something. This one has more stems, so I'm a little bit more hopeful that we have more in this one. So I'm just gonna dump it out. But there's a lot of ants around, so I'm trying to be careful of ants. Doesn't want to come up out. Oh, there's a potato. Another potato. They're little. Oh, there's more. This one has a lot more potatoes. Little potatoes. That is all that was in the bag. They're like that size, but better than the other one, but still not very much. Well, I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us as we dug up some potatoes and showed you a little bit of our first successful carrot harvest and our not so successful potato harvest. It really is just growing and improving your soil, adding some of those plant matter back into it and compost and working your soil to help it be more nutrients dense and have more be more loose, you know. So it's going to be a process here. However, we're not going to stay here long, so I can't really improve the soil for next year. But I mean, if I were to stay here for a couple years, this would be a process, but we'd get it there. We'd get the soil better. But so this year we're just going to take it as it comes. We're going to accept the little bit and be happy with that and just have fun getting in the garden and getting in the soil. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next video.